Hey, what's going on, everyone? So thanks so much for tuning in here to the Coach Joe show. The very first thing I want to do is, I know we have a lot of things that we want to discuss today. The main topic that we're going to discuss is actually going to be the best auction sites for properties in real estate. Which sites am I using? What sites are the other investors using? Which one can you actually use to go out and find great deals, great opportunities? How to do it? Hey, how to search for these opportunities, what's needed for these opportunities. Do you need an agent? Do you need a proof of funds? Do you need pre-approval? Is there commissions to be paid out? So all of these things here. So we're going to touch on, a couple of these sites that I use and other agents use and other investors use. So I will tell you that is going to be a part 2 to this. But today we're going to focus on what do we have? 4 primary websites. Okay, 4 primary websites. These sites, they're free. You can actually use them. You can do them from your phone. You can download the app. You do it through your regular browser. There's no fees to pay up front, but we'll go through each one and discuss what's actually required from you. But before we dive into the actual conversation, can you guys do me a favor? Can you like and subscribe to this channel? It really helps me, get more views, and it motivates me and encourages me to continue to drop this content. So I really appreciate your support. So do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'm going to drop a lot more gems, okay? A lot more gems. So again, I go by Coach Joe, Coach with a K. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. As if you want to reach out directly to me, those are the best ways. Facebook and Instagram, get immediate responses. Immediate within 24 hours, of course, all dependent upon how busy I am. So I want to share that with you guys. So let me share with you here very briefly, quickly, some of the sites that I'm actually using to find great opportunities here. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the very first site here. It's called RealtyBid. Okay. So as you see, future of data plus auctions. So this is what I'm actually using right now to go out and search for deals. What I like about this is that you can search by city, by zip code, by state. I love that. So let's see here. I have about 5 different states I invest in. So let's just take a look at one state. So let's go Texas. Texas is a hot market right now. Everyone knows people moving from the East Coast, West Coast down to Texas. Let's see what pops up here. All right. So we wait. Okay, excellent. So you see here, what do we have? We have 4 pages here. You have these properties here that's actually up for auction right now. Look at this one here. Current bid, $49,000. 3 hours left. Ends today. This video is shot right here on June 6th. Let's take a look at it. Let's see what information that they're actually providing. All right. I like RealtyBid. I've used it for several opportunities here. Very simple, very easy to bid. Also, sometimes they do require that you put down like some type of earnest money deposit. It's not always been the case, but I've had a lot of success here with a property here. With getting a couple properties here. But let's take a look here. See, this property here is in Orange, Texas. Not much information, not many photos. So what this tells me is that it's possible that it's still owner occupied. It's possible, doesn't mean that that's the case. All right. So let's see if they're actually going to list that information here. Okay. Description, currently occupied. Jackpot. All right. So you got 3 beds, 2 bath. There we go. Okay. So if you're looking at, hey, what's your possible like after repair value, possible value here, they're giving you the information right now up front. There you go. All right, here you go. Look, you got your contingencies, terms of your offer. All right, you got that information. Internet transaction fee of 5% of the bid or $2,500, whichever is greater. So it's telling you that it's going to cost you a minimum of $2,500 to actually purchase and acquire this property. We may say like, holy moly, that's a lot of money. Yes, it is a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, if you're purchasing this property at a steep discount, you're following your 70, 65% rule. Hey, you factor that in and you can still purchase the property. So just remember, trust your numbers, okay? Trust your system. So again, this is RealtyBid. I like them. It gives you a lot of information here that you can find. Then here you actually also have the listing agent right here, email address, phone number. So you can actually reach out directly to that agent if you want to get more information about that property. So let's say if you want to know, hey, what is the after repair value? Right? If you're not an agent and you're having a hard time finding that information, just go out and reach out straight to that listing agent, and he or she should be able to assist you. So again, I like RealtyBid. Like I said, I've purchased several properties through this site. Never had any issues with titles, never had any issues with closing. They've always been ready to go, always been ready to go. And this is just like really enlightening and informative for myself because it's a refresher. Sometimes it's like out of sight, out of mind. I'm utilizing so many different sources, so many different sites to actually source deals. So it's great to actually go back to the basics, exactly where I started, because this is where I started right here. This is how I was actually personally purchasing 1 to 2 properties every single month. Not week. No. That's a lot of work. So every single month, which was still a lot of work, but I was able to do that by utilizing these sites here. So RealtyBid, hey, go check out that, that website is free to use. Like I said, it does not cost you anything. So utilize this site here to go out and start, finding these foreclosure opportunities. And once, we get to the end, I'm going to drop a gem. I'm going to share something with you about the properties on all of these sites. Okay. I'm going to share something with you. All right. So here, remember too, some of these properties, they're going to show if they're REO owned, real estate owned by the bank. If they're already owned by the bank, it will show. If not, it will show, foreclosure sales coming up. So what that's telling you is that, hey, look, this property is actually a pre-foreclosure, meaning that the bank hasn't repossessed the home yet. So as an investor, that gives you a little bit more time to go out and, do a little bit more due diligence on the property before you actually place your bet. So, man, look at this one here. I'm sorry, I had to check this one out here in Fort Worth. Looks like a really nice house. And you'll notice too, the foreclosure sales, they don't even have a price yet because the bank hasn't repossessed a home. So there's going to be additional homework that you may want to do, like find out, hey, what's the foreclosure amount? If they're not showing or listing that foreclosure amount out there, you want to look at certain things like, hey, when did they actually purchase the home? What did they purchase it for? Okay. Then you could do basic steps to kind of figure out what the actual, the amount that's owed on the property right now. So you can do certain things like, okay, what was the interest rates back in 2010 whenever they purchased the property? So you put the purchase price in, you put, whatever that interest rate into an amortization schedule, and, it'll typically get you, pretty close to what's possibly owed on that property. So that's just another bonus feature there for you. So you got RealtyBid there. That information is still loading. We're going to continue and go on over to the next company here. Next auction site. This site here is Zone. Okay, again, I've purchased and utilized Zone to actually acquire homes. So the thing with Zone is it is another site that's free to use. Okay, when you're making your bids on Zone, some banks will require a deposit. Okay, some banks will, and the deposit is just for you to even place a bid. Right? So whether you win or don't win at all, they may require that you actually place down a deposit. And so what I would suggest, if you do that, utilize a credit card. At the end of the auction, if you don't win, boom, they automatically release those funds back to you. In the event that is not automatic, it's not done fast, you just contact customer care. They'll actually get that process right back over to you. But it's just a way of them saying, okay, look, I want to make sure there's no typical Mary, Joe, and Harry out here, that's bidding on these properties that don't have access to capital, right? So this is a way of, them, trying to protect their interests and not clog up the system and have people just bidding up the properties. So, so this company here, Zone, I really like Zone too. Like I said, it's, all the companies are very similar. There's no major difference between them that I've come across as of yet. Like I said, you can search by state, city, zip code. We're just utilizing the state search right now. And boom, there you go. All right, Mission, Texas. You see here it says starting bid. So this tells me here that it's possible. Up is auction. So yep, it's possible the bank has already repossessed this home and now they have it up for auction for people like us to go in and bid on the property. So and you see where the bids start. Now, where they start does not mean that, let's say if you bid on this property here, 34,000, let's say you win the bid at 40,000. Does not mean that they're going to accept that. Does not mean that they're going to reject it. Typically, banks have what they call a reserve price. Now, this reserve price means that's the bare minimum that they're willing to take. Sometimes they have that listed, sometimes they don't. So if you can find it listed, great. You can go in and run your numbers and you know exactly if you can afford to purchase that property. If not, you kind of just, taking a stab in the dark, but hey, it's always worth it, right? Always worth it. So, and here's a nice little ninja trick about this. If you're going to bid on multiple properties, what you do is you get them in a cart system. You get them in a cart. And so that will allow you to bid on all of these properties with one fee versus, dropping 2,000 for 4 houses that you want to bid on. No, get them all in there at once and then bid all on them at once. You only be charged the $2,000 one time. So that was something that, I had to learn the hard way, but I learned it. So I want to share that with you. So again, you get a lot of great information about these properties here, the auctions, time, meeting events, if they're going to be held in person or if they're online. So you're going to get a lot of detailed information, a lot of it. So you have this over here. Then you can also go over here if you want to just search in a particular area, right? So let's say here as of today, hey, I want to go search San Angelo. So if I want to do that, hey, I could just search for properties in that area and all those properties will come up if I don't want to search everything in Texas, right? Or if I just want to see where the action's at, what's happening in the state with this company. So, and as you go through this process and you start to build a relationship, or even you go through your first acquisition, what you will get is a contact person within the company, right? Then you start utilizing that contact person for, additional tips. The tips could be, hey, can you tell me how much the bank is actually looking for? They may disclose it, they may not disclose it. Hey, am I close? Am I in the ballpark? Hey, what do you guys have coming up in this area? So you start building those relationships. You never know how far they can actually take you, right? So there's a site that I like to use. It's not on this section. It's going to be in the part 2, but I have exactly that relationship with one of the representatives there. I'm able to reach out and say, hey, I'm interested in this property here. This is what I want to offer. Is this solid? They'll submit it. Or I say, nope, you're way off. They won't disclose what I actually need to be at, but they'll tell me, hey, submit it, or they'll tell me like, you're way off. So which is great information, helps, like I said, all of us save our time. I like working with them. So again, this is Zone. They give you a lot of information. Let's see here, San Angelo. Let's take a look at the information they give you. Live event in person. So it tells us that they haven't actually foreclosed on the property yet. It does show it's tenant occupied. All right. This is the information where the foreclosure is going to take place at. So yeah, so I like it. They're saying, hey, here's what the value of the property is, 140,000, on a high end, 182,000. So remember, like, these are just estimates, right? So it doesn't mean that those numbers are correct, doesn't mean that they're wrong. You really can't tell until you get on the inside and get the full scope of the condition of the property. All right, so we got Zone. Let's move over. Now we have Hubzu. I really like working with Hubzu as well. So guys, off of these platforms that I'm sharing with you, I've purchased properties off of all of them. Not one, but multiple properties off of all of them, okay? So Hubzu is another online auction site, just as the others. And they have properties all across the US, all across the US. It's the exact same scenario, guys. So this information, once you go through this process, a lot of it is going to be the same for all the sites. So some of them, again, will require that you put down an actual deposit, Some of them will require that you upload a pre-approval or proof of funds. The difference between the two, pre-approval, if you're getting some type of financing, whether it's private, hard money, bank, traditional financing, POF, proof of funds, is if you're paying cash, you just upload your bank statement. So that's what they're looking for. So yeah, just to confirm and verify that you are able to acquire these properties. So again, everywhere, you're in Marshall, Cleveland, Henderson. Those are actually pretty close to each other, I believe. Have Sealy, look at that property there. Wow. 297 is the starting bid. So they want like probably pretty close to market value there. I'm not sure. Sometimes you can get these things, like I said, at steep discount. Look at that, it says bank owned right here. So, and so 23 hours left to bid, starting bid. Doesn't appear that anyone's bid on these properties yet. A lot of times, what we'll do as bidders, we'll wait to the last 30 minutes, 10 minutes to actually place our bids, with hopes that other investors have forgotten or they're not watching, and that we can swoop one up really quick. So that's just one of the techniques that I personally use. I don't always win, don't always get my way, but it's just a mental thing I like to do. So as you see, you got properties in Houston, all over. Again, you just go here and look on the map. You just decide what you want to actually, bid on, what you want to look at. So you got all these properties here, all these opportunities here, which is great. So you're able to, like I said, if you just want to look at certain parts of the state, right over here on the, the east side of the state, you're able to do that. If you want to work on the northern side, you're able to do that. So again, I really love working with Hubzu. Straightforward, very easy to do. And here, let's just go through what it will look like on actually placing a bid. So here, got your bid deposit. See, it says required, cash only. It says yes, but now I want to let you guys know, although it says yes, you don't have to actually always pay with cash. I want you to know that. So just keep that in mind. You didn't hear that from Coach. But you see that property does appear to be occupied. And it says REO occupied, banks own it. So yep, there you go. So you go and you place your bid 152. So you get a chance to log in and go through that stuff there. And then they're going to request and ask for a proof of funds. And you just give them that and go in and place your bid on the property. So again, another great website to actually use to get your hands on foreclosed properties. And with the moratorium running out, hey, you guys are going to start finding more properties like these listed for sale here in the up and coming months. So the properties are already shifting. The market is already shifting from a seller's market to back to a buyer's market. And most cases it's still, it's a buyer's market. Couple areas is still a seller's market, but overall, it's back to a buyer's market. So for those of us that are investing in real estate and looking for deals, pretty soon, those opportunities come right back around to us. So let's take a look here at auction.com. All right. Auction.com is another great site to actually go out and, find foreclosed properties. So again, we'll utilize the exact same search. And here's the thing. None of these properties are listed on each site. Okay, I'll repeat that. None of these properties are listed on each site. So each site has their, their own properties, right? So that's good. So you can always, cross, if you're looking at a property on Zone, you can expect not to find it on Hubzu and vice versa. So here again, it shows you 577 properties. Wow. So you can actually drill down, if you want to look at multifamily, single family, you can do that. If you want to do by beds and bath, you can do that. Asset type, if you want to do REO owned already, short sales. Short sales are really cool. Let's see here. Okay, no properties listed for short sale there in Texas. So you just, you're able to see, hey, what has the bank already repossessed? And then based upon that, you can actually go out and do your due diligence and start, submitting offers on a lot of these properties if it's something that you're interested in. So again, I like working with them. I like utilizing these services here. because you're able to find the distressed sellers, right? Then it just comes up to negotiating with the banks. All right. So far we discussed RealtyBid, we discussed Hubzu, we discussed Zone, and we just discussed auction.com. So as I shared with you, this is just part one to a part two video. I don't want to give you guys too much in one video. So I do want to share this information with you though. So do me a favor, guys, make sure that you like and subscribe to this video. If you have any questions about any of the information that's been shared with you, you guys are more than welcome to drop a comment below. And hey, I'll do my very best to actually follow up with you. All right. Also, what I'm going to do is, hey, I'm going to share with you guys our company website. Okay, so you get more information about who we are in what we do, what services we provide. I'm also going to drop below a link to a free copy of my book, Creative Financing, Subject to Real Estate, right? Creative Financing, and in this book, it discusses exactly step by step how and why you would want to utilize the creative financing technique of subject to financing, right? Subject to real estate. You want to know why. Sellers are actually out there giving away their houses, letting people have them because they no longer are, they're really no longer motivated to keep these properties. They're more of a burden than they are a blessing now. So for investors like us, we're able to come in and help and assist them with facilitating the sale of that property, right? Many times to us, sometimes to other investors. So remember, subject to financing. If you're not familiar with it, I have a video on here, subject to financing. So basically what this is, the owner of a property is willing to deed over ownership of their home to you as an investor and leave the mortgage in their name. Okay, I'll say it again. They will leave the mortgage in their name, but give you the deed to their property. So you get ownership and they keep the debt. You may ask, why on earth would they do that? Hey, just download the book, read the book, and it's going to tell you exactly why some owners are electing to do that. So I love that model there. So what I would like for you guys to do, hey, don't give up on yourself. Real estate, it is in the midst of a shift right now. Keep preparing, keep educating yourself, keep getting prepared, ready to go, because whenever that green light hits, it is going to be, an amazing opportunity for us as real estate investors. But keep in mind, right? Keep in mind that these are people's homes that they've either abandoned or they've lost, they've given up. So, keep in mind. So whenever you have an opportunity to help someone, definitely do your best to do that as long as it's reasonable and within your means. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hey, remember, like, subscribe, contact me on, you can tweet me on Twitter, Coach Joe, Coach with a K. You can follow me on Instagram, message me there. You can follow me on Facebook, message me there. All of it is the same, Coach Joe. All right, Coach with a K. All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Till next time, take care. Peace.